Thank you for listening to BizPod with me, Paul.
And me, Rachel.
Our weekly business English podcast where we talk about the news, social media, and hot topics from a business point of view. You'll get a podcast and links to the articles we discuss. This way you can share your thoughts too. Join us as we discuss what's on our minds this week.
So the question, Paul, is have you got a ticket?
A ticket for what? A train ticket? A bus ticket? A cinema ticket?
A theatre ticket? A football ticket?
Yeah, I mean, tickets are everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think most tickets are physical tickets anymore. They tend to be things that just electronic tickets that are on your phone, do you think?
E-tickets?
Yeah.
Or even plane tickets?
Yeah, I think if you fly Ryanair, you don't get a physical ticket. You just get an email, don't you?
It's been such a long time, hasn't it, since we took a plane.
But
and
ticket,
a bus.
Yeah. But anyway, buses, electronic tickets, or one of those sort of prepaid cards.
Okay.
But you're talking particularly about tickets to go and see musical concerts.
Events.
Mm-hmm. And particularly, you're asking about ticket touting.
I am asking about ticket tout. What is a ticket tout?
Well, in the old days, when you and I were going to gigs and music events and going to see bands live, the ticket tout was this shady guy on the steps outside the venue who would sidle up to you and say, "Do you want to buy a ticket? Or you got any spare tickets to sell?"
Yeah.
That was a ticket tout.
Yeah, but it's not anymore, is it?
No, because it's all online. It's all done electronically now.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting. Do you remember, was it last year when Oasis...
Oh, yeah, we're selling, going back on tour, and their tickets went for sale went sold out within seconds or minutes.
I think so, yeah.
But
it was
then
crazy.
they were up for resale within minutes as well. There were loads of ticket touts who bought those to resell.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge business. I'm not sure why it's technically illegal in some cases.
I don't think it is illegal to resell a ticket, but it's the vast quantity as in making it a business. So you're doing it on purpose to con the public out of access. You know, if you've got an odd ticket or two, but these people were buying rows of, whole blocks.
Thousands of tickets.
And making 25% markup.
Probably more.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an interesting article because actually when you look at what they were charged with, it was nothing to do with buying and selling tickets because both of the people this article talk about were running legitimate businesses, paying taxes on their profits.
Yeah.
The main problem that they had was the places where you buy tickets from limit the number of tickets you can buy. Mm-hmm. So they had to have separate identities
and separate credit cards
to buy more tickets.
Yeah. So there's a limit, isn't there, on the number of tickets you can buy with one name and one credit card. So they were like all their family members, people down the street, they were setting up accounts.
Yeah, they were setting accounts in people's names who didn't know they had accounts to buy tickets.
Yeah.
And setting up sort of false accounts. So they've actually been arrested and charged and prosecuted for fraud.
Yeah. But they actually raided one of their houses, didn't they? And they'd got like multiple computers, like automatically buying up tickets and then selling them on, like on remote control. It was... but I mean, the key thing from the article is not also about the fact that they were done for this fraud, for pretending to be other people buying tickets, but they were actually helped by the companies who were selling the tickets in the first place. So the companies who are legitimately supposed to be selling tickets to the public and letting the public have access to getting tickets to, the bands and the theatre that they support and want to see, they were taking groups of those tickets, selling them to the ticket touts, so the ticket touts could sell them for extra money, and they were getting the kickback on it.
Yeah.
Which is totally illegal.
And also earning the extra commission through the resale of the tickets as well. So the businesses were earning money. The guys helping them were earning kickbacks. It's a crazy situation. I think if you want to go and see a band now. Mm-hmm. I mean, the price of a normal ticket is ridiculous, but buying it through buying it through someone who's reselling, they're crazy prices.
I mean, when we used to go and see bands, the venues weren't as big as they are now. So you'd got a chance if you were in the standing area of actually getting near to the front and seeing the band. Now, when they're in these huge stadiums, you know, you're right up in the gods and you're watching them on a screen. It's like, well, what's the point?
Yeah. I don't really understand the idea of going to these huge stadiums where you're watching the act on a screen because you can't physically see them because they're so small. Yeah. You may as well stay at home and buy the DVD.
Taylor Swift, she made a movie of herself on tour so that all of her fans had access to the tour, and she personally managed getting that movie out before the tour was over so that everybody who couldn't afford a ticket, they could actually go to the cinema at the same time as all the other fans and see her perform. Yeah. And we watched it on TV, and I think it was better than if you'd have been in the stadium. Because everybody in the stadium, they've all got these mobile phones that they're holding up, and it's like, you're there in person, watch it yourself. What are you doing? You're recording it. And it's like, oh.
I mean, that's another thing, another reason why I think why going to live events is very, very different from when we were young.
Yeah.
Because everyone will just be there with their phones recording it, rather than being there in the moment, enjoying it.
Yeah.
There was a news event. Yeah, there was a news event, a news story.
Yeah.
I think it was it when the Pope, not the Pope who just died, but the Pope before that.
John Paul II. No, the Ratzinger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember, but anyway, it was his funeral.
Yeah.
And obviously there were crowds out in Rome for the funeral.
Yeah.
But it was really strange to watch because as the coffin was processed or paraded through the streets, you just saw this wave of people reaching for their smartphones.
You mean the procession, not processed.
The procession.
Yeah.
And there was a wave of people just reaching for their smartphones and filming the coffin. And you could see this wave of people as the coffin made progress throughout. Just people pick their phones up to record it.
No. Yeah. You want to be there. I don't think you're there present in the moment, because all you're doing is you've paid a hell of a lot of money, if you're at a concert, to pay for yourself to watch your own phone screen. You're not actually looking at the stage or enjoying the music or the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Or maybe we're just old school, Paul.
I think we are old school, but there's nothing wrong with a bit of old school.
No.
Technology has its place, but if you're going to spend potentially hundreds of pounds, hundreds of dollars, hundreds of euros to buy tickets to go and see your favourite band, your favourite performer, then
you want to experience the show.
Experience the show. Go and experience the show. Don't experience it through the screen on your phone.
Yeah.
You know, turn your phone off.
There'll be plenty of other people who filmed it and they've popped it on YouTube. So, you know, why not be the only person there who's actually, you know, looking at what's not going on stage and enjoying yourself, being in the moment.
Yeah, being in the moment and, you know, enjoying what you've paid hundreds of dollars for.
And hopefully not paid the ticket touts for.
Yeah. Did we ever buy tickets from ticket touts, do you think?
No.
I don't think we did, no.
No.
We always had tickets for the shows we wanted to see.
Well, I used to be part of the social club in my work, didn't I? That used to get discounted tickets.
Yeah, that's true.
So I used to go and get the tickets off them. So we saw loads of different comedians and bands and football matches, didn't we? And we got the tickets like half price.
Yeah, you always got cheap tickets.
Yeah. It was pretty good. We saw some really good stuff and we saw some awful stuff as well. I think the worst was David Gray at the... what was the NEC?
The MEN Arena.
MEN Arena
in Manchester.
Oh my God, it was awful.
It was the only time we went to one of those big arena events.
They wouldn't let you stand up and dance, which was like, what is the point? And then his performance was just so wooden. It was like you got more animation by putting the CD on. Do you know what I mean? It was the drummer was the only guy who had any action on stage, weren't it?
Yeah.
And it was just like,
But also, because it was an arena, we were so far away, we couldn't really see anything.
No.
You could hear okay, the sound system was good, but you can't really see.
Yeah. And the best was, well, you would say James, I would say fun-loving criminals. And we were right up the front, weren't we? We were like 3 deep from the front of the stage. It was fantastic. Oh dear, those are the days.
Those are the days. Yeah. Nowadays, we go to free music concerts. We go and see our favourite band.
Regina.
Oh
my God. But Italy is fantastic because it's summer. I can't wait for the summer festival list because there's bands and there's tribute. They have fantastic tribute bands. Regina is a tribute band for Queen. We've seen them so many times. They are always absolutely fantastic.
They put on a brilliant show, don't they?
And we sing and we come away and we've got no voice.
Yeah.
And you just had a great time and it's free. Because all the little towns, they make little collections to pay for whatever entertainment's going to be on.
Yeah.
And you just have a really nice time, don't you?
So no tickets and no ticket touts?
No. Maybe lots of places need to take a leaf out of Italy's book. But then they are tribute bands, not the originals.
One day we'll get an original band in our little Italian town.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
One day.
Okay, well, you now know what a ticket tout is. There was it's a very long article, which is a little bit complicated, but there are some good words there, such as fake names, tip-offs, multiple accounts. They also talk about VIPs, resale, using that lovely prefix of sale and resale.
Yeah, it's a very interesting article to read about tickets for the big events like Lady Gaga. I think is one of the big musical events mentioned.
Oh, and they also talk about the Harry Potter show.
Do they?
Yeah, theatre.
You're
so
right.
It's not
they do.
just music.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's lots of great vocabulary there, and maybe you would want to read it and decide whether you think reselling tickets is a crime or not.
Apparently it isn't, unless you use fraudulent identification.
Fraudulent practices.
Yeah.
Yes. Because they were getting around restrictions.
Yeah, with fraud.
Okay. All right, that's enough for today, I think.
Okay. Bye, everyone. See you next week.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. We hope you liked our podcast. And please don't forget to subscribe and stay connected with us. Until next time, goodbye.